What's up, family? It's Mr. Moody, a.k.a. Jeff is Moody from the Jeff is Moody Show, and you are listening to Cousin Ed's Corner.
We love listening to Cousin Ed's Corner in the UK.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. What's going on, fam? What's going on, fam? It's your boy, Cousin Ed. I'm actually not going to stay long, as I always say. I'm not going to stay long at all. But I have a throwback for you. Thank you all for joining me, but I'm not going to stay long. I have a throwback. I wanted to put it out recently, and it's been sitting in my archive, and I think today is the day it's needed. So without further ado, thank God for everything. Thank God it's Friday. But thank God for just having us together. Enjoy this show. It's a throwback. You can reach out to me after the show, 762-333-2032, 762-333-2032. Cousin Ed's Corner. Peace. What's going on, fam? What's going on, fam? It's your boy, Cousin Ed. Cousin Ed's Corner back at you again. No matter how you cut it or slice it, we're all here together. I'm just here to give you peace of my heart, my mind, my soul, and my mentals. Whew, that's a mouthful. I'm going to keep saying it over and over. We are back. We are back. We are back. What's going on, fam? I had a couple things on my mind. You know, I like to come out on Friday, you know, TGIF, right? Thank God it's Friday. But we changed it last week. We're going to have Thank God for Everything. We're going to say thank God for everything. So, I should not, as a podcaster, date a show. So, most time you won't hear people date a show. And this is just some technical stuff. You shouldn't say Friday. You shouldn't say a date. You shouldn't say anything like that so you can reuse a show for a replay. But my big brother, Mr. Moody, taught me that. So let me get some of the trademarks out of the way. So Mr. Moody, big up to you, my big brother. Without him, I wouldn't be podcasting. So big up to Mr. Moody. Also big up to my trade club, Global Effects Trade Club. If you want to know anything about trading or you want to meet some people of integrity, definitely hit me up. You can hit me up at 762-333-2032. That's 762-333-2032. Keep the text coming. Like I said before, do not call. I will not answer, but keep the text coming. And I appreciate everybody for the last couple weeks that have been sending me texts. So I appreciate that. Also, the love you had from my mother on the show a couple weeks ago. She told me to tell you she appreciated it. So thank y'all for that. Real quick. So I always say real quick. So I'm going to date this show. It is October and it is breast cancer month, right? And I found a show that I did years ago. Almost 10 years. When I look back at it, it's almost 10 years ago I did this show. So I was young in the podcasting game, and like I told you, I've been podcasting for a while. So I was young in the podcasting game, and it's all organic. So I wanted to play this for you in dedication of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and just to shine some light to breast cancer, and to get some people that may be not as aware or may put it off, just to have them look at going to get checked out. So without further ado, I'm gonna stop talking and bring on my earlier self. It's funny to hear yourself from the past and some of your thoughts, and I just want to say how much I've grown in podcasting over the time. But I appreciate even looking back at this. So it's like looking back at an old photo. So I'm gonna have a Throwback Friday and Throwback a show for y'all. Thank God for everything. Check out an old show from Mr. Moody's Neighborhood, NDN Radio, featuring myself, Cousin Ed. All right, so I had a show set up, but something else came about that I had more feeling about, and I wanted to, a couple of reasons. One, it is October 2013. Excuse me, time flying. 2013, and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I didn't want the month to go by without mentioning it. But I had some recent developments or discoveries, information in my family that made me, even touch me a little more. So I wanted to talk about, and hopefully this show will reach somebody out there that at least will go get checked, or at least check yourself. All right. So once again, the show is about breast cancer. Let me say my hellos to everybody else. Big up DJ Natural. She held it down last week with a hot exclusive NDN RADIO mix. Thanks a lot, baby girl, for holding it down for us. Big up to all our Twitter universe. Beat Break Radio. Straight out Low Cash. I mean, I can name 1,000 people, so I'm not going to try. But big up to everybody out there. Big up to mynextdoorneighbor.net.com, ndn.net, all that. Y'all may hear right now, I'm sitting in the car. It's pouring down rain out here. I'm at EJ's football game. And I have on this breast cancer awareness shirt. And I'm wearing this shirt, and everybody's like, yo, you got that pink on, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, that's just a little bit. I mean, I ain't saying it's sacrifice wear pink. They say real men wear pink, but that's a little bit of sacrifice to say that I support breast cancer compared to a cancer victim or a survivor. Cancer victim or survivor. So I'm just giving back a little bit, and hopefully this show is my way of giving back also. But I wanted to talk to you about this, health in the black community and going out and getting yourself screened and checked and everything else. And overall, with this being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, making sure you are aware of your screens for breast cancer and, checking yourself and know how to check yourself. Now, Cousin Ed, let me not say that. I'm about to say I will give checkups, but that's off topic. Cousin Ed will try to post a site where you can find out how to do your own personal checks. Or I will leave some contact information for Dr. Ruth Stevens in the show notes on how to check yourself. And, you can reach out to her and she'll help you with that. So I was going to sign me or Moody up for, screenings, but no, I'm not going to do that. All right. Hopefully most women who are listening to this show know how to check yourself and do your own screenings. So you might not need our help with that. All right. And like I said, in the black community, African American community, we as African Americans do not like to go for checkups and health services and dental and everything else. But that's something we're truly lacking. I don't know if it's because of the fear of the doctor, the fear of the unknown, or any of those factors, but it's proven we have some of the highest rates for cancer, for diabetes, for that's high blood pressure. Most of the common things, we have some of the higher rates. One is due to our habits and things like that, and the way we eat, the environment we live in, stress factors, and everything else. But outside of those things, we just don't go to the doctor. Some things could be avoided, handled early, detected early if we went to the doctor. So the first part of the show is about doing the screenings and trying to make sure you're in there, checking out, for men, prostate cancer, checking out your prostate. I know you don't want to get poked or anything else, but doing that. Women, making sure you get your Pap I think it's PAP and MAP. Make sure you check yourself in the shower. Guys, honestly, you can check your lady out, or ladies out. I mean, I don't say guys. Couples, y'all can check each other out. Nowadays, it's all across the board. But we can check. You can check each other out, and you never know what you may find. One woman that I look at right now who is a survivor and who's thriving from it, Robin Roberts. Went in for her routine. She had a routine checkup the year before and went back next year and found a lump, and has went through chemo, went through the bone marrow transplant and everything else, and now she's looking excellent on Good Morning America. But that's just one example of it. But you have to get checked out. There's a lot of things you have to do as a human being. This is not the 1800s where, medieval times where you couldn't get proper screenings, couldn't get nowadays you can go to the, I ain't saying nowadays, forever. I know about the free health clinics and everything else. So make sure you out there getting yourself checked up. Okay. So that's one thing. Excuse me, like I said, I'm in the car, so you may hear some buzzing going off. But that's one thing I wanted to tell y'all. Make sure you get your checkups. Another thing I want to talk about, which touches home a little more, and this is my own personal testimony to it. And I know if you ask anybody, have they been affected by cancer? Not them themselves affected, but affected. They know somebody that has had cancer, teacher, brother, doctor. Their parents, somebody in their family, somebody they work with. My earliest memory of the big C, remember back in the day, used to be the big C, cancer, was my grandmother. At the time, we didn't know what it was, and I've told the story a bunch of times on different shows, but we didn't know what it was, and at least they say they didn't know what it was. I was young at the time, but she started off with pain in her hand and numbness, and did all the testing, and this is back, had it been 86, 87, and they trying to figure out what it was, and by the time they figure it out, it had spread through her body. I think you call it metastasize. Don't get me wrong, but it just spread through her body, right? And for all y'all scholars out there, all your doctors out there, tell me exactly what the word is. But went through her body, and it ravaged her body and took over. The chemo didn't help, anything didn't help. And I remember her, and I told this before also, laying there on her deathbed, and only thing we could do for her is she had the morphine drops, trying to keep her peaceful because of the pain of the cancer eating up her body. So it's a memory for me that, it touches home. That memory touches home, and I would not want anybody else to go through it. But in my short lifetime, which I'm, hoping for many more years, I've seen a couple of people who have lost their fight to cancer. Now, I do know some people who are survivors of cancer also, but let me talk about one other victim of cancer. My father's best friend, which is like my uncle to me, grew up with him. Him and my dad ran the streets, crazy throughout New York, taking me every place they went. Bike clubs and basketball gyms and all kinds of things. I remember so many things with this guy named Aaron. And for my friends who actually listen to the show that grew up with me, they remember Aaron. He's one, like I said, my uncle, him and my dad in the backyard battling me for basketball, battling. And taught me about toughness and everything else. When I couldn't talk to my dad, he was somebody I could talk to. And one thing about him, he did smoke cigarettes. And I'm not going to say they have linked cigarettes to cancer, but you never know where things come from, right? But he had throat cancer.
And I remember this guy who was a strong, to me at the time, young, energetic man, funny. I mean, his laughter was just so just, it brightened the whole room. He was just a funny guy. And I remember what cancer took from him. You understand what I'm saying? What it took from him. How weak it made him. Going through the chemo, him throwing up, being sick, losing his hair. I remember the look on his face where you could see that he was physically there, but he wasn't there anymore. And he looked like he didn't want to be there anymore. I remember that. I remember those looks. I remember trying to cheer him up and trying to talk to him. I remember those things. So when I wear this shirt today and I think about, oh, you got paint on it, this is little compared to what a survivor or victim has to go through. Imagine losing your hair. I have the choice to cut my hair, right? I cut my hair because I like cutting it, like the way it looks, whatever. But imagine losing your hair because of some chemicals they're putting in your body, some radiation they're putting in your body. That's going to kill every cell in your body to try to kill a cancer cell. They're going to kill every cell to try to fight one cell. Imagine doing that. Cancer's no joke, man. For y'all out there who are scared to go get checked out, scared to find out your results, listen, man. If you have health insurance, guess what? Let's never talk about health insurance. Because right now you can get your own health insurance with Obamacare. So you have no excuses. You always had free health clinics or whatever else. I'm going to leave Dr. Roof information on there. You can go, I think it's either $150 or $75. Don't quote me on her prices, but you can go get your own blood test screening, and she'll read it and tell you some things that may look like it may cause cancer, may have high this, that, and the other, that may lead her to ask for other tests. But you can go get testing for this kind of stuff. All right. Those two are victims that I remember vividly in my mind. When somebody touches you in life and, you have moments with them, not fly-by-night moment, not somebody you met at an amusement park or you met at church, or somebody you actually spend time with, somebody you ride with and talk to, somebody you spend time with, you'll never forget that person. And those two people that I cannot forget. Now I know one kid I went to school with stepped on a nail. They said that 6 months later he had cancer from it. That's somebody, they said that, I don't know, but those people, you remember that, okay, they said they had cancer, okay, leukemia and everything else. Yeah, you remember those. But the people that touch you let you know that this disease is real. Now, for those who have survived, those who are fighters and still getting through it, and I will say research and technology and everything else helps a lot. Instead of fighting your whole body, now they have things that will fight the actual cell. They have more pinpoint radiation. There's a lot of new technology out there help with cancer, fighting cancer. I personally know somebody who just recently had a mastectomy. Hold me to it. I'm trying to get it right. They chopped off both breasts. Young lady, maybe 40 years old, 3 kids. She chose to say, I'm not going to go through the whole fight of it. Take this shit now. If it's in there, take it off. I don't want any part of it to spread. Take it off. Beautiful lady. Beautiful lady. Took off both of them. Said, listen, I don't even want to go through it. But she's surviving it right now. She's coming back stronger than ever. She said her new one's gonna be bigger than her last ones. She making jokes about it. She's like, yo, I maybe didn't have the biggest ones before, but I will now. So, she's a survivor. Some people that I know that's going through it that have survived it. EJ had a teacher in school. Lady took off a year from teaching, lost all her hair, came back. This is one of the sweetest ladies I know at the school. She's still upbeat, still love the kids, give every kid a hug. And you can see she have a good days and her bad days, but she said, I'm here. These kids keep me alive. I'm fighting through it. Doctor said I'm 6 months without it. I'm going back for my yearly test. Everything is showing good. My T cells, my blood count, everything looks good. Listen, man, if you catch it early enough, you can fight it. If you keep good people around you, you can stay uplifted. Your spirits can stay up. Laughter, joy, that's healing also. I think Moody talked about it a couple weeks ago. Laughter and joy is healing also. Put a smile on your face. That's why she said I could have stayed home, but I gotta be around these kids because they keep me happy. Listen, man, catch it early, you can survive it. Excuse the sound again. Like I said, I'm sitting in the car and I had to tell y'all this. But listen, I just found out this week, and this didn't close with this one. This one touched me also. I mean, it touched me close to home. This week, I got a cousin. She's my cousin. How close we are. I mean, she stays in another state. We talk when, family reunions and email and text, and don't see her too often anymore. But, like I said, she's my cousin and I love her. I mean, with all my heart. She got a son who is like my nephew. But just found out she just had her 50th birthday party. 50 years old, just had a 50th birthday party. She just found out this week she has breast cancer. They don't know the extent yet. They found the lump. They don't know the extent yet. But, it is so. She has breast cancer. I say that to say that hopefully it's early enough detection where they can do something to help her. But don't be afraid. Once again, excuse me. Don't be afraid to get checked out, to know the outcome of it. Don't feel pain and not go for some time and say it'll go away. I'm praying for my cousin right now that they got it early enough that God's hands is already on it, touching it and removing it. The masses that are cancerous masses, hopefully that these cells are just short-lived. They won't metastasize. I believe I'm saying that right. They won't spread. They won't reach any other part of her body. I pray for each and every one of y'all that y'all never have to go through this. That y'all never are touched by it. That y'all go out and get tested. Check yourself. Call Moody. Don't call me. Call Dr. Roof. Check yourself. If you have a partner, male or female. Actually, you know what? Not to be. I was joking a little bit, but even us guys, we have to check our breasts also. Breast cancer is not only for women, okay? It can be found in men also. So females, if y'all like you laying on your man's chest, go ahead and rub on it and say, oh, boo, what you got right here? I feel a lump. You never know. You never know. So female, if you laying on your female breast, both of y'all rub each other and find out, boo, what's this lump right here? That's the deep one, the male part, the male one. Boo, what's this lump right here? Y'all feel each other and find out. Like I said, I'm gonna leave the information inside of the show notes for Dr. Roof, and try to find some more information about breast cancer in the show notes. Always, you can hit us up, Mr. Moody's Hood at gmail.com. You can go to myndn.net or .com, look for Cousin Ed, and hit me up on there. You can find Mr. Moody's Hood on Twitter. That's just to say that, that's the show's Twitter page. Myself and Moody don't have a Twitter yet. So, you can find DJ Natural at DJ Natural on Twitter. So, I just want to talk to y'all today real quick about this. It's a serious note. It is October 2013, but be breast cancer aware every day, not just in October. Be breast cancer aware every day. This is something that we can fight early and try and keep fighting against. If you are not one person to donate to these causes, so far as monetary, to try to get money for these causes that's trying to fight breast cancer, go out and do a walk. You don't have to donate money. Go out and do a walk. I think Susan G. Komen, you can go out and do a walk for that and get exercise on and show your support that way. But breast cancer, if it hasn't affected you yet, somebody next to you or next to them, some way and somehow you will feel the effect of cancer or breast cancer throughout your lifetime. So step up now and try to help avoid it. Do your part. This is Cousin Ed. I try to be short, brief, and everything else, but I had to get this out today. Hope you all enjoyed. Check us out. Peace.
Today's show was sponsored by Nerdy Teacher Mom. That's Nerdy Teacher Mom. You can find her on TikTok. Also, check out the show notes for her information. She is doing breast cancer chemo care packages. Breast cancer chemo care packages. But cancer in general. You can find out the information and help support any cancer survivor, families, friends, and loved ones by donating a chemo care package. Please find information in the show notes. If you have any other information or you need any other information, please reach out to me, 762-333-2032. That's 762-333-2032. Let's all fight this battle together. Peace. Thank you for listening to Cousin Ed's.